As going Song of Ice and Fire fans, it's Grant from EAGT Miniatures, bringing you episode 4 of Ye Chats. And today I'm joined by James again. James, I'll be honest with you, mate, I have missed you very, very much. How have you been?
Yeah, well, I'm sure that you're glad to have someone much better looking than Dave Toon on the stream, right?
Better looking than Dave Toon. Thing is, Dave Toon is pretty fit. He's definitely fit.
Why do old bald guys do it for you?
He looks a bit like Right Said Fred, doesn't he?
Brilliant.
So I mean, so the most important question I'm going to ask you tonight is, of course, have you done your Christmas shopping yet? And what did you buy me? Admittedly, that is 2 questions, but I'll allow you to answer both.
No, you only said one, so I'm just going to say yes. There you go.
Sweet, what'd you get me?
I don't know. Have you been good?
Very loosely, very loose sense of terms. I've been good, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna quickly
No
just.
coal for you this year, then? No.
No what?
No coal.
Cold.
No coal. No coal for you this year.
What? Well, the other bloke that sometimes appears on these chats.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I'm gifting you coal for Christmas. I'm gonna wrap him up, bow on the top, and everything.
Yeah, I think Carl's in the chat already, and he has already called me out for the spread fear thing because he still thinks it's short range. Nice. Right. Anyway.
Oh, maybe we should get him that on some kind of foil card and frame it for him.
What, spread fear?
Yeah.
Let's
get him an attachment card, foiled, framed, and he can have it for Christmas. I think he'd like that.
Yeah, it's a good shout. It's a good shout. Yeah, it's a good shout, mate. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, mate, I don't really know what to say to that, so I think we should move on swiftly.
Go for it. Lots to get through.
But yeah, we need to blaze through this tonight. What I do is we'll get stuck into it a little bit, and then whilst you talk, I'll start share the links on Facebook, so I haven't done it yet, like an absolute muppet. Apologies to all muppets out there listening. So, episode 4 of Ye Chats, Joy to the East Anglian Grand Tournament. We were supposed to do this yesterday, but Tyrion got involved in it, and ended up fucking playing intercept orders or delayed tactics, that whatever it is used to have, and just fuck things up badly. So we thought we'd combine Ye Chats with a list reveal for Brad Blackburn and the Warns of the South.
Yeah,
pretty
awesome.
Sweet. So we'll crack on with the initial stuff first. So, so we have obviously recently announced the East Anglian Grand Tournament, as you can see on the screen now. So on the 28th and 29th of June, we said we were announcing tickets today, so we're going to do that in a moment and go over some bits and pieces. Like we're gonna sort of dissect this down a little bit and sort of talk a bit about it as we go. As the sort of weeks progress, we've got a while till it turns up, so we'll sort of keep stuff interesting, keep the fire in people's bellies going. So yeah, East England Grand Tournament, James. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Like, venue's really cool. There's lots of potential and there's lots of cool ideas we've got for various things. So it's going to be good. And as we've said previously, there's a real heavy emphasis on the social side of this event. So it gives us a really good opportunity because of the location and the type of venue and the close proximity to Lakeside Shopping Centre. For those of you further afield that don't know it, Lakeside is a large indoor shopping complex which recently refurbished a large sector into a big leisure complex. So there's loads of restaurants there. You've got Boom Bar and there's miniature golf and big cinema and loads of other cool stuff over there. So there's lots of options with things that we can do for the Saturday night, as well as lots of space in the venue itself and the bar being open basically until they tell you to go to bed. So lots and lots of good things about it. Obviously, the big plus point is that if you decide that you just want to have something to eat, have a couple of drinks, and go off to bed early, then you can literally have a couple of drinks in the venue, have something to eat, and then go straight to bed. So without much toing and froing, travel arrangements, or any of that kind of stuff. So that was the kind of vibe that we're going for. That's what we've got. Yeah, that's kind of it. The space that we've got is good sized for the amount of players that we're going to have. It will be very similar in style and layout as what LGT is. So it will be in rows of about 8 or so tables, roughly. So you won't be sitting on top of the person playing behind you, which is quite nice, but it will be semi-cozy. So yeah, should be good. There's a bar actually inside the room, so we will have a private bar just for our venue, doing soft drinks, alcoholic drinks, tea, coffee, all of that kind of stuff as well. And they do some snacks there as well. I think there was options for they have like pastries and that kind of thing. And the hotel does breakfast. So yeah, you can basically, if you don't want to leave the hotel for the weekend and you just want to roll some dice, then you can literally just do that. So that's pretty cool. I know a few people have already started looking at availability for the hotel. Obviously, if you are planning to go and you want to book a room, absolutely do it in advance. All you need to do is mention that you're coming for the East Anglian Grand Tournament in conjunction with EAGT, or just put EAGT group or something like that, and the guys at the hotel will know exactly what it's for, and you'll get a discount on the room. Note that the discount is only on double rooms, which is either a double bed or 2 twins, or twin rooms, should I say. So just make sure that you're aware of that, because a couple of people have asked about the singles. The discount, they don't give discount on the single rooms because they only have 6 single rooms in the whole hotel. The majority of them are all double rooms. So for whatever reason, their single room price is pretty much the same as what the double room price is with our discount. So yeah, well worth doing that. And you can do it through booking.com or direct with them, or however you want to do it. I think you have to do it direct to be able to get our discount. But you literally just go on the Best Western website, look for Thurrock Hotel, and off you go. Nice and straightforward. We can't, unfortunately, do any hotel or accommodation bookings for anyone attending the event, because of the security deposit you have to leave when you book the room. The hotel have been quite specific about this because we did ask the question. So unfortunately, we won't be doing a ticket that basically goes, right, here's your ticket for the entire weekend. It costs X and you get all your accommodation. We can't do that. The ticket price will just be for playing the 2-day event, and all the prize support and all the bits and pieces that we do with it. You have to book your room separately if you want to stay. That's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Well done,
Really.
mate. You've done a good job there. Gave me enough time to
Thanks.
post over the social media, so
Good.
that's perfect. I wasn't interested in what you're saying. I mean, I'm really, really excited about this event. I just, I had other stuff to do, so awesome. Okay, cool. So with that, then we can announce that the tickets are on sale. The stats event is live. Thanks everyone for signing up to it. I'll turn my mic down because I think my mic's really, really loud. I get quite animated when I talk about tour soldiers. So yeah, the stats event is live. There's been loads of people sign up to it, so thanks everyone for signing up for it already. That's been great. Get some great feedback on it. The tickets are now going to go on sale. The tickets are in the description of this video. So they're going to be £50 for the weekend. So that's for the 28th and 29th of June. Again, the link is in the description. That includes your lunch on both days. Obviously, you mentioned accommodation stuff, but we're looking at 6 games over 2 days with a big social event in the middle of it as well, which we are really looking forward to it. So yeah, link in the description below to grab your tickets for that. It is limited to, James, remind me the number.
68, I think was what we worked it out as, right? 68.
think yeah, I think
70?
might be 70. I think it's
68.
70. Yeah, I think 70. So yeah, grab your tickets for that event. We want to try and make this huge. We want to do something really big for this. It's really easy to get to. It's on the M25, so unfortunately you will have to travel on the M25, but you can literally get into the venue off just motorway driving. So we're hoping to see quite a few people there. It'd be great to see people that we've met all across the tournament scene. Yeah, that's that. So tickets are on sale for that, and I look forward to seeing everybody there. And as
One thing
we
I'll just mention on accommodation, right? If you don't book it, if you leave it too late and you don't get a space in the hotel and you want to stay as a fail safe, there is a Premier Inn about 5 minutes walk away. Just for general information. All right.
yeah, nice. Obviously,
All right.
we'll do small episodes around
Yes.
hotels, accommodation stuff. We'll do it with every year chats. We'll have a quick 15-minute new thing to add to tournament. Like we won't go with game mode today, mostly because we haven't selected them yet. But we'll go over game mode at
Yep.
some point, and we'll decide how we're going to do that. Price pool, all that sort of stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to what the social. We've been having some really cool chats, myself, you and Carl, around what we can be doing around the social side of things. So there's loads of cool stuff on the horizon for that. So yeah, that's that done.
Yeah.
Then we got the Battle of the Chain Stag 2. So this sold out this week. So I'm really pleased with this. We've now sold out Kent, Blood Over Highgarden. This is now sold out. Battle of the Chain Stag 2 in Daventry. Tropic Recon. Aaron in the chat there is obviously from Daventry. Runs events there himself. It'd be great to see all those guys again. Haven't seen them since Warfare. But we have now got more tickets allocated for that event. I will do a post on social media as to how to get them, but it'll be the same way as tickets have been sold before. Currently, it sits at a 16-player event, so I think we can take it to a 22 on the strength of these tickets being released. But I'll confirm that. If you are interested in tickets, please make sure you are signed up on the stats page because that is our waiting list for ticket availability. Cool. So that's really cool, isn't it? People like what we do.
Yeah.
Either that, or maybe they're mistaking me for Brad Pitt. It happens quite a bit.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Right.
Yeah. So let's quick about the chat then. So Dan Gilbert's in the chat. Evening, Dan. Carl's in the chat talking about spread fear. Brian's here. Delay orders obviously played quite a key part in getting Brian into the chat because he couldn't make it yesterday, but he could make today.
That's the real reason we did it, right?
That's it, right? Yeah. It wasn't me. It was Tyrion. And Squiggo, Walden's invading once again. It might be great to have the Waldens to the south. I'm going to get Brad on next week because we've got some stuff to talk about with Brad anyway. But yeah, you guys, it's been a pleasure and an honour to play with you guys recently. So not like play with your bits and stuff, but play to our souls with you. Yeah.
Thanks for the clarification there.
Well, I've got to clarify it, isn't it? Once it gets out of there, fucking boom, it's everywhere. Cool. Yeah, Brian has to defend his title. I mean, props to. So when we run these events, obviously each time you win the event, you get a new title that it's a Warden of XYZ, so Warden of Northamptonshire, which is what Brian got. Warden of Essex, Warden of Kent, or there's loads of really cool stuff titles we give out, and Brian has abused his title for quite a while now, especially by telling Psycho Steve repeatedly that he's his squire, even in the blog. So if you get a chance, do check them out. Cool. So we have got one other Wardens of the Northwest of free to change Stag. Yeah. I think last time we had 4, right, Brian? I think it was you, Robbo, Steve, and the guy that won the best painted. Really sorry, I can't remember his name. Top of my head. I'm sure Brian will put it in the chat. Cool. So that's Battle Chain Stag 2. So we'll do. I'll put some stuff on there. Obviously we've got the WhatsApp stuff going on at the minute as well. So we'll put that through as well. So one last announcement that we want to make quickly before we a new tournament. We have announced it sort of a diluted version of it, but it's the Siege of Castle Rock. No, it's not what it's called, is it? It's not called that. It's called Into the Lion's Den.
Into the Lion's Den. Yeah.
What an idiot. Hold on. Let's usually try and find the actual artwork for people. While I do that, do you want to talk about it? Go.
Yeah, so some of you guys may remember Peter from the LGT, came from Norwich. So he's from a gaming club there where they've got a few guys there that play this game. And we were really quite interested in just getting involved with their community and just putting some organised play together. So it's a bit more of a chilled vibe with this particular event. It's going to be more about getting people together to play 4 rounds in a day of playing different opponents with a little bit of structure, but less on the competitive side and more let's just have a game day and just roll some dice. So that's the kind of vibe that we're going for there. And we'll be doing the usual spin on the event. So it'll have prize support, but more emphasis on participation rather than the big stuff for whoever wins it all kind of thing. This is more about putting some fun lists together and just having a good time rather than it being super competitive. So
Yeah.
that's the vibe.
Yeah. So I found the artwork. It was obviously it was never ever going to be called Siege Castle Rock. That was just me mucking about with it. It's actually called Into the Lion's Den. That was definitely not a work in progress picture I posted. So this is the event with Aftermath Games.
Yeah, and the venue is really cool.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's an old medieval style church.
Yeah.
From memory, right?
Yeah.
Peter sent us some pictures. So it's got lots of theme and yeah, it's really cool. So
right.
If anyone fancies a trip to Norwich,
do it.
Do it, yeah.
Sweet. Right, let's get into these list reveals. Peter here for list reveals, really. So this is for Joy to the Realm list reveal with Grant and James. Way, that's me and you. Cool. So let's get the list reveal up. So let me work it all around with this end. Yep, all good. Let's get cracking with that. Let's put that overlay. Get rid of that. Hey, here it is. Joy to the Realm, Sunday the 8th of September, which is actually Saturday the 7th of December, because Brad wanted to change the actual the date because he wanted no one to turn up so he could win all his cool stuff himself. That's the sort of guy he is.
Just have to throw in some props to Brad because he released a picture of the trophies he's got on Facebook today, and they are pretty special.
Yeah.
He's put a lot of work into them, and they are really, really cool. So
yeah, they're the dragon heads, right?
Yeah, the dragon heads. Yeah. Coloured dragon heads on stands in trophy form. Really cool.
Nice. Yep. Cool. So should we have his list then?
Let's go for it.
Cool. 23 lists to get through. You ready? Ready? No, hold on.
Yeah,
stats.
Go.
The stats. So we've got a pretty even spread of factions here. 13% Stark, 17% Lannister, 13% Bolton.
Yeah.
Wow. 4% Martell, 9% Greyjoys, 13% Targaryen, and 13% Baratheons. 0 free folk.
0 free folk.
Well,
which is interesting.
Well out of fashion now, mate. Well out of fashion.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I suppose it's their smell more than anything else.
I mean, there is that. Plus, to be honest, who wants to paint like 1 billion raiders?
That's very true. Especially this close to Christmas.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, that's pretty good. I mean, to be fair, when we looked at, we've done a few of these now, and when we look at the stats every time, the spread is actually fairly balanced across factions.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is a pretty good sign, right? Because in years gone by, we've seen some real heavy leans towards particular factions where they were
Yeah.
much better than others, but we're not really kind of seeing that anymore, which is good.
6 Jon Snows though. 6 Jon Snow choices. 4 Khal Drogos. 3 Eddard Stark. 2 Stannis Baratheon. Yeah, so it's decent. In there we don't normally see.
6 Jon Snows is interesting. Why?
Said Egret. Yeah, yeah, nice.
Well, I said we'll find out soon why.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Cool.
Is Brad doing best in faction? Because I might have just become free tomorrow with my free folk army.
Yeah. To take the 24 space, yeah?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good question, Brian. 103 folk. It is really strange. There's not a single one. Now, obviously, it is too far south from you, right? Yeah. We normally see 0% when it comes to neutrals and Boltons, but obviously Boltons has got a big increase, and the biggest Bolton player at this event isn't running Boltons, which we'll get to in a minute. Yeah. Jockeying in Targaryen commander, nice. Right, so that's the stats. So let's get into this end because we need to power through these. First up, Nicholas Keys, running Starks from a dice of lead and steel. Eddard Stark in Honor Guard. Ciro throwing Berserkers, giving him precision and agile, nice. House number great axes with great Janumber. I've seen great Janumber be played quite a bit recently, and as like a standard attachment, not as a commander.
Well, I think there's a lot of value into the last, isn't there?
Especially in house number units, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in Berserkers, when he stands back up again, they're back up their max armor save and max morale, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's a good insurance policy.
Yeah. I think, but you're wasting Furious Charge though on the Great Axes, right? Because the Great Axes don't care about armor saves, do they?
No, but
Well, that's not true as it happens. Defense die of 6s block the hit, so
yeah. So
yeah, you get
okay,
to
so you can
reroll
re-roll
6s.
any 6s.
Yeah,
But also if you're double tapping,
yeah.
then you can use that token for something else. The tokens are always useful.
Yeah, but you get the Executioner's Fury is not only a charge thing. It's every time
No,
they
what I
attack.
mean is, yeah, I know, but if you get the token and you don't need to spend it, you can just leave it on that unit, right? And then if you're going in for a double tap, then your second unit can use it.
Oh yeah,
That's
sorry.
what I
I
mean.
thought you meant double tap the same unit.
No, as in like, yeah. So if you're then bringing in a second unit to charge or whatever.
Fucking hell, James. There's no other lovers tiff on air, mate. Just saying. Fucking hell. Fucking Jesus. Right.
I know those that level of tactics is way too far advanced for you. You just have use point and click stuff, don't you?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah. I don't bother doing that. I just use submarines. Yeah, then Hashtag Cavaliers, we're waiting for Guardian, talking to which.
Yep.
And Catelyn Stark and Sansa Stark as NCUs.
Yep.
Pretty decent
Pretty
loadout.
standard.
Yeah, decent loadout. Rob Stark Commander. It's a good choice. I love Rob Stark as a character. And I think he's commander's now got a lot of mileage. Brett used him in one of the US tournaments and done really well with him. So Rob in Great Axes, giving them movement 5, right? They were movement 6, Jesus.
Yeah, I'd say that makes them really speedy,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, I mean, you get them where you want them, don't you? How many times you play a game and you can't get units to a certain point because you need to march, but you can't pivot before you march, and this gives you that ability to better just pivot, march, and be where you want them to be. Especially when Stark's got access to stuff like salt orders to make them charge off of swords, gives them a chance to do quite a lot.
Yeah, I suppose, and you've got swift reposition and all that other kind of stuff that you can use to. Yeah, that's cool.
Nice. And you've got Greywind or standard, and you're going to take a dog if you take the man.
Yep.
You got Winterfell Garb or Rick or Nosha, giving you 2 free attachments.
Yep. Well, and allows you to buy
Another dog.
another dog.
Another dog. Has Tully Swarm Shield, Stark Outriders, Sansa, and Arya. I quite like how varied both lists are. It's nice.
That's a high activation list. I quite like that. That's a nice objective grabbing kind of list, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Strong list. Next up, we have Goga Plant. Goga. Running Night's Watch with 2 Jon Snows. So 2 of our Jon Snow commanders are in this list, in this little list here. So we've got Range Hunters with Jon, standard, with Ghost, standard, Watch Marshal, solo. You don't see loads of them nowadays. Veterans of the Watch with Corin Halfhand, giving battle scars and going down fighting for 1 point is such a good 1 point attachment. Shadowtail Spearman, Watch Captain, giving you the old double tap when it comes to set the charge, and then Relentless.
Yep.
Eamon off with Eric. That's a good list. What do you think this list is? Is this an objective holding list, or is this an aggressive list? Probably looks like these aggressive list, right?
I think it does. I'd say it's very through the middle, right? It does a little bit of kind of everything. So your vets and your spearmen will pretty much, they'll hold the line for you, while Jon runs around murdering everything. Yeah,
Nice.
that's what it does, right?
Yeah.
But list 2 is identical.
Oh, exactly the same. It is exactly the same.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, variety is not always the spice of life, is it?
No.
It isn't this time
Maybe
either.
maybe he's a new guy, and that's what he's painted, and that's what he's brought.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Nice. That's a
Cool.
good list. That's a good list. Next up, we've got Dan G. Obviously, this man is lethal when he's using Bolton, so give him an army like Greyjoy's, he's going to be even more ruthless.
I was just about to say, this is a weird looking Bolton list, right?
Yeah. This is a. Oh, here you go. Johnny Saunders is a very new player, just average list.
Yeah, so that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
He's taken a like an all-comers style list, right? It does a little bit of everything to cover all bases.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think it's an average list. I think it's a good list. What? Yeah. Cool. Dan, Ironmakers with Eric Ironmaker, Silence Men with Asher, Stony Shore Pillagers with Dagmar, and Black Tide Chosen with Wendermere, Balon, and Beron NCU. Then he's got. I mean, Stony Shore Pillagers are such a good unit. They're so they're really defensive, and for quite a cheap unit for Greyjoys.
I'm intrigued.
Um,
I'm guessing that there's a lot of moving parts to that, because obviously Eric's all about moving and spending pillage and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I assume that's why your Black Tides are in there, to bump that up. Same for the Stony Shore Pillagers as well. That's quite. And then I suppose then he's basically spending those tokens to go crazy with the Silence Men. Because Asher in them is pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Giving out the choice of token, and then they just go chopping stuff up.
Yeah. Mate, the artwork of Silence Men so nice. Then next up we have Victorian Greyjoy in a double Iron Victory Crew list. So he's got Iron Victory Crew twice, one with Victorian, one with Nuke. Obviously Nuke counts as Victorian for tactic cards and abilities. Station Pillagers with Sandal again, chucking out some weakened. Ironborn Bowman and a Drowned Men. Then he's got Baylor, Wendermere, and Mokoro. Man, this is
different.
I really like this list.
Yeah, It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's nice. So yeah,
I think
so
it's
it's
I think
sort
it's
of reading it.
I think it's nice because he's like Makoro and Balon give you so many options in this style of Victorian list to just kind of lose units or attachments and that sort of stuff and just go, yep, they're back on the table again.
Yeah,
It almost gives you like a second wind so you can keep the tempo going.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Which is weird because that list 2 is actually more aggressive than his list 1.
yeah, well, Victorian Greyjoy is a really aggressive commander, isn't he? I think
Yep.
of all the aggressive commanders, he's the one um, that I think he really defines the aggressive playstyle of the game because he's got access to assault orders in his own deck, and he's also got we do
Unit
not
so
slow to attack again. So he's got multiple cards to let him attack. Um, yeah, so
plus Russia of aggression.
yeah, and sustain
Just
assault.
YOLO across the board.
Carl said that second list is tough to play into. I guess that's one that opened Carl up when he went down to last tournament. Was that Cryptic Cabin, wasn't it? I think that tournament.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool, nice list, Dan. Well done. Go you. Round of applause, Dan. Yay. Next up, we've got Callum Bates. Callum's been commenting quite a bit on in the WhatsApp groups, I think. So interesting. So one of Wardens of the South, running Stanis Brethian. Two lots of Stanis Brethian, so two lots of the same command, if I'm right. Yeah. The King's Men with Stannis. Relore Lightbringers with Davos, give it a outflank. No, it doesn't give us a supply. This the commander gives an outflank, isn't it?
Yep.
Relore Lightbringers with Bronn, which gives you that sort of Lannister crossbow sort of thing where you get the multiple shots off the bags and swords and stuff. Crown and Scouts, which I really rate. I think they're a great unit. Lord Varys, Shay, and Crescent as NCUs. And the second list is a slightly different list to that. So he's got Kingsmen with Stannis, Stag Knights of Ramsay and Theon, Dragonstone Noble, with all Lightbringers Davos Seaworth, and Varys, Shay, and Crescent as the NCU. So just a slight tweak in the list itself. Stag Knights with Ramsay Snow.
Yeah, that's for Fueled by Slaughter, isn't it?
Yeah. And
That is
Panic.
literally just. Yeah, I mean, it's not so much for that. It's keep them in the fight, right? Because you've got resilience to take the first hit, you lose a couple of wounds, and now you're back up, and you're basically just longing them out till the end of the game, so that they're just ridiculously powerful. That's what they're there for, just to keep them alive.
Nice. That's good. This I like it. And I love Kingsmen with that new ability where the your opponent not controlling the crown is really good.
Yes, they are very good.
Another one in the south. It was spelt of without a capital O, so I think they're going to end up drawing
Nope,
each other.
nope, doesn't make a difference.
Doesn't.
Nope. We asked Carlo this question many moons ago.
Oh, nice.
Yep, because we had the same thing with the bunker. Because some people put 2 capitals in, and some people put it all lowercase.
Yeah.
We're like, oh no. And he's like, no, it doesn't take that into consideration. It's just characters. There you go. All right.
Nice.
Useless bit of information for you.
Cheers, you useless bit of information giver.
You're welcome.
So next up we have. Oh fucking! I need to talk you through right off out of whack there. I had fucking pulsation. Who's this? Alex Ray from the Warns of the South. Running Boltons. Nice. Blackguards with Bruce Bolton, Dreadful Archers, Bastard Girls, Darren Dance Me, and Flavour with Glory Seeker, Ramsay, Walder, and all various NCUs. It's a nice list. It's a nice list. What is the? This is what it's what the standard like sort of off the shelf Bolton list does a bit of everything. You've got the defensive Blackguards, you've got the offensive sort of like a range unit with Bastard Girls and Dreadful Archers and the Flayed Men to give you some punch. Ramsay Snow NCU is really good for Fuel by Slaughter and wherever you want it. I really rate Fat Walder as an NCU as well, and obviously Varys is just Varys, isn't he? Still thanks Walton in Dreadful Spearman. Tutors Cutthroats, Dreadful Spearman with Steel Shanks, Dreadful Archers, Bastard Girls with Darren Dance for me. Yeah, the same NCU lineup. Yeah, nice. What do you think of these lists?
List 2 is a bit more aggro, isn't it, than the first one?
Yeah. I think people see the cutthroats, and I'm guilty of it myself. I always overlook taking cutthroats in Bolton armies, but they're still one of the most premier 5-point units in the game. They're so good. When you hit something that's unactivated and you get that rerolls and vulnerable, and with that vicious panic as well, they are extremely aggy. So, yeah. Sorry, mate. I just talked over the top of you. Carry on.
No, you're all good. You're all good. No, I totally agree. There's always a bit of worry if you leave them open for a free swords attack beginning of the round unactivated, because they do quite a lot of damage for a 5-point unit.
Nice lists. Jake Verriard played at the UK Nationals this year.
LGT?
Yep.
Yep, and we played Jake at Cryptic Cabin.
Yeah, so this is the list that I spoke about. I spoke to Dan Gilbert about. This is on with everything's got Lannister supremacy. So you've got Halberdiers of Tywin, which gives me Lannister supremacy, Guardsmen, all Lannister supremacy, and the Mountain that Rides. That's really supremacy-ish, isn't it? Joffrey Baratheon, High Sparrow, and Parcel. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Fucking with deadly sight then, mate. I thought something happened to you.
No,
I thought you'd been.
No.
I thought you'd been eaten by
I
like
can't talk.
a flock of wild chickens or something. Fucking hell.
If I'd been eaten by chickens, you would have heard that in the background, right?
I don't know, mate. You might have put it on mute.
No, I was just looking through. It's yeah, a lot of supremacy.
Yeah.
This goes and sits on stuff and just goes, okay, come fight me. And when you do, I'm going to kill you without having to do anything.
Yeah. It's a good list. I quite like the Gregor Clegane list as well that he's got here. Because I think when I see a list like this mountain list, this makes me want to actually give Lance a go, because it's such a colourful list of it does loads of everything. Like, you've got the Warrior Sons of Gregor, the Pyromancer of Ramsay, the Mountains Men with Sandor, and Castle Honor Guard. So it's so many different styles of painting for the miniatures, and so many different styles for the gameplay as well. I really like it. I really like this list. And for NCU, Joffrey and Qyburn. I don't know why you'd ever leave home without Joffrey as a Lannister player. So good.
He is very good.
I'd love an NCU to just activate my entire deck for me.
Yeah?
Can you make me one?
No.
Having said that, we've got Alison Hightower, haven't we? So.
That is very true.
Tokens
who needs anything? Which
Obviously not tournament legal, so we don't talk about it here. And also, interestingly, bought the new Qyburn NCU. Oh, sorry, I can't get that card high enough that people can see it. There you go. It's a bit massive better. Yeah, I really like the new version of Qyburn as an NCU. You never really saw him before, but I see him quite a bit in the local meta. Yeah, nice. Do you like Qyburn?
I can't remember what he does. I'll be honest, I haven't actually seen that much of him.
So what he does now, instead of doing that weird anti-various stuff now.
Oh, he gives out 2 vulnerable tokens. That's horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just another one of that. I mean, he plays really well into that Lannister style where you go, do I really want those? Probably not. And then you end up just passing with your NCU and just not doing it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
Cool. Then we have James R, which I think James R is Alex Ray's brother, I think, or some sort of relation now. I must speak to Brad about it. Right, he's taking Bolton. So another Bolton player. Another one's of the South Bolton player. Taking Steel Shanks Bolton in Cutthroats, Driftwood Archers of Bronn. Again, the same machine gun effect from the Lancer Crossman and Bronn. Flayed Men and Glory Seeker and Bastard Girls, Dave and Dance for me with Ramsay, Roos, and Fat Walder as NCUs. Nice. A lot like this list. I like this list a lot. Obviously, Fat
That
Ward.
is all up in your face, isn't it?
Yeah, Fat Ward will let you
Yep.
go fishing for the old rush regression to get the flaming in with critical blow. Well, they've got critical blow anyway, but gets them into long range charges and bastard girls at long range charges as well. And the second list is a Roose Bolton and Blackguard list. Dreadful Archers, Flavour with Glory Seeker, and Golden Company Swordsman. And Damon Dance Me. Damon Dance Me. Bold's Courage. Oh, nice. I always forget about putting Bastard Boys into other units.
What do you mean?
Well, normally
The
I'd
free
stick them in
ones?
Bolt. Yeah. I mean, stick them in Bolton units, don't I? But actually, you can put them in some neutral stuff
Whatever
to
you want.
really give them some punch. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that gives the swordsman a lot of dice.
Yeah.
It gives them more dice with all the keywords. So yeah, that'll actually be a really punchy unit.
Yeah. Do you It's nice to see that the Golden Company Swordman's still being used after that fucking massive wave we had for that time.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean they're perfect in Boltons, right? Because they give you access to a premier sort of 7-point infantry unit, which you don't necessarily have access to within faction. But I think across the rest of the game, they're probably pretty well balanced with most other 7-point units, which is always the design, right? You should always be going, well, I've got a 7-point unit in faction. I'm going to take this over taking a neutral thing, unless it does something very specific that I want it to do.
Yeah.
And I think they're just in that place right now. They're not bad. It's just that other 7-point options in faction are just maybe better or fit the playstyle a little bit better.
I'm interested to
But
put
we've
that
seen
to.
them pop up every now and again, right?
What's that?
We see them pop up every now and again.
Yeah. They always come back. They're still a solid unit. I'm interested to put that to the chat. So if any of you guys in the chat are using Golden Company swords, let us know how you use them, what your armies you use them with, because I mean the miniatures are still really nice, and it's yeah we do still see them, but nowhere near as much. But they were bollocks before, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
They were silly.
It's a good list though. I really like this list. I might have to give this list a try at some point. Yeah. Nice.
Nice to see. I haven't seen Bastard Girls on the table in a long time, and we've got 2 players running them, so that's quite cool.
Yeah. Carl in the chat says, "Why do Grant and me always get drawn in? Because of the old the affiliation." I think that's not really down to spelling, Carl. I think that's just piss poor luck on our part. I think.
Yep.
Next up, we've got Angus Patterson running Baratheons from uh, uh, what's the club? Fire and Dice. Same club as Dan Gilbert. Nice.
Gotcha. Yep.
So Rose Knights was Loris Tyrrell, Rose of Highgarden, Crown and Scouts, and Champions of the Stag with Glory Seeker, Elden Estamont, Courtney Penrose, and Lord Varys as NCUs. So a really nice supportive NCU suite there with Varys and Courtney Penrose, giving you loads of healing potentially. And then you've got the Rise of Highgarden, and I've been running these quite a bit recently. I love the new Lance rule they get. Aaron in the chat
Yeah,
says
they're
he
pretty.
loves the girls. They're really underrated. They are a really good unit. So basically, this is like a cav list, isn't it? It was just with Rose Knights in the centre, and that combination of Rose Knights and Loris is absolutely filth.
Yeah, literally all that has to do is just sit in the center objective and just hold the line, right? And everything else just
Yep,
takes everything else out.
yep. All I want for Christmas is this token. The second list is Stag Knights, Courtney Penrose, Crown and Scouts, Riders Highgarden. So another cavalry heavy list, which is I suppose a solid choice really for Baratheons. They don't tend to run loads of cavalry, not since the brutal nerfing of Rid's Champions of the Stag. But Golden Company crossbowmen in with Bronn is a good choice again.
Yeah. It's a bit very similar in kind of play style with the addition of having a ranged unit, right?
Yeah. It's a different NCU suite as well. Like Alistair Florent is an odd choice on this one. I think Alistair Florent is one of my favourite 4-point NCUs. I just think he's great to be able to switch people off. Um, I think he comes into his own in the Stannis lists where when the opponent can't be controlling the crowns. I think that's when he goes from being a 4-point NCU, in my opinion, to like a 4.5, almost a 5-point NCU, because he just activates your entire army.
Yeah,
Then we've got Elena Tyrell, who I think is probably one of the best NCUs in the game to turn off stuff. I mean, that's yes, you counter to Joffrey Baratheon, right? Just
yep,
Olena Tyrell him.
yep, that's the one. Yeah,
Um,
she's pretty good.
yeah, this is a solid list. I think these lists will do well. I think, in my opinion. Well done,
Yeah,
Angus.
it's got a little bit of everything to do for different scenarios. Yep, like it.
Next up, we've got Connor Brown, Squiggy. Is that the Squiggy that's in the chat? It's got to be on it. Squiggo plays Wolves away once again. Speak up, Squiggo, if that's you, mate. Right, running Baratheons again. Apparently, the Wolves of the South are loving the Baratheons. We've got Rose Knights of Rennie Baratheon. It gives you loads of cool healing cards. A second unit Rose Knights because when you're looking to come away from a tournament with no friends, take 2 units of Rose Knights. Rise of Highgarden, Baratheon Wardens with Kingsguard, Loris Tyrell, which gives them Deadly Bloom. And Courtney, Marjorie, and Olenna. Marjorie's a must if you're going to run 2 units of Rose Knights.
Right notes, yep.
Yeah. Um, yeah, to be fair, it's all healing. I mean, you can't leave home without Olenna. Squigo, that is you. Nice list, mate. I really like this. Obviously, Courtney gives you the healing as well, because obviously people will have to contemplate not taking the zone on the strength of him healing, but also because the Rose Knights will deal if they start healing wounds as well.
That is a super frustrating list to play into, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I did a load of damage. Oh, I passed them around test. I heal. Ah, now you take damage, and then I attack you back, and I heal, and I do damage to you, and then I attack you, and then, and then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, the format Sentinel gives them Dauntless.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's really good. And actually, the Pathfinder's a weird one, right? Because it's situationally useful.
Yeah.
But in Rose Knights, when you're speed 4, Pathfinder's got quite a lot of value, right?
Yeah.
Because then you can position that unit near terrain and just not worry about it. You don't have to worry about being slowed down.
See, I think with this list, right? So the Rise of Highgarden aren't grinding lance cavalry like Tally Cav can be. So you need to hit and do damage. And I think the problem is you often against a clever opponent they won't give you the flank to be able to really punch home with that devastating charge. But when you're running 2 units of Rose Knights, they have to make a decision. They either can keep walking around and basically play kiss chase with Rose Knights, or they'll have to engage Rose Knights, which then allows the Rise of Highgarden to sort of swing in if left to their own devices. And yeah, I think that's why Crown Scouts work really well with Rise of Highgarden, because it lets them shift and move and get around the back. And if when they get into the rear of armies, that's when they're at the most devastating. And I really like that about the Rise of Highgarden. I quite like the fact that they're not grinding Lance Cavalry. I love the fact that the way I play them, I'm always looking to charge and try and find a way of getting them out of combat so I can then charge again, which is the way Lance Cavalry should be, right?
Yeah, I mean, the other thing this list does that works well with the riders is it does chip damage, right? So
Yeah.
chip, you line up the lance charge, and then you hit when you've got the really good opportunity to basically wipe the unit, right?
Yeah. Also, like the way that you can say the word chip about 20 times in 1 second. You make a really good chip shop owner.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, get a decent NCU suite with Courtney, Marjorie, and Elena. Then we got Renly Baratheon and the Rainbow Guard. Yes, mate. Every time we do these list reveals, I think we should get shot glasses and do shots every time Rainbow Guard comes up.
Yeah, we are starting to see them a lot more often, right?
Yeah. Do you think that? Oh, so Squiggo's in the chat as well. This is Squiggo's list, so you can answer as well, Squiggo. If there's anyone in the chat that wants to talk about this, we'll get into it. Do you think it's that addition of resilience is what made them more usable? Because they're not a crap unit, are they? They're 7/7 hitting on twos, 3+ armor, so 4+ morale, with rally cry built in. They're not a crap unit, but then that
No.
resilience makes them really hard to get shot of, especially in a Baratheon army where they heal off of past morale, which
Yeah, I suppose their only problem is no keywords, but you do have
as the Fury.
As of the Fury for that.
Yeah, because he has the same thing, doesn't he? Renly counts as controlling both sides. Yeah, clans. So you play as the Fury, and you get all the effects on the card. So you get the +1 to hit because you need that. You need to hit on ones. Yeah. Vicious and Sunder, is it? Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I think their survivability is better, particularly paired into the Renly side where you've got healing and stuff as well. It just keeps them in the fight, right?
Yeah. And and you've got Form Watcher as well, which you don't see much Form Watch, but so it's nice to see them being used. Again, this is what I'm really loving about the scene at the minute in the community, which keeps invigorating me to play more. Is the variations in lists. Like, people weren't really running Form Watch. Now people are running Form Watch again. People weren't running Rainbow Guard. Now they're running Rainbow Guard. People weren't running Baratheons. Now they're all running Baratheons. So that's childish to me.
I think Baratheons have always been a popular army anyway for the aesthetics.
I think so. I also think they're very much a cult army as well, aren't they? I feel like if people are fanatical about Baratheons, people just love them.
Yeah, and they're not really one faction, are they? It's two factions with a shared pool of other units. So you could delve into Baratheons and you've got all these different choices depending on which side that you want to play. And if you played low to Stannis, then you could always switch up, use similar stuff you already have, and then go on the Renly side. So I think as in terms of design space, they've done that really well.
Yeah. Cool. Nice lists.
Yep.
We've got Andrew Bright running Night's Watch from Plymouth. The Plymouth guys got some really good players. In fact, you got Andrew and then you got Joe McCarthy there. Joe McCarthy came second in the UK National, so that should be interesting. Let's check this out then. So, Carter Pike in Swan Brothers. Shadowtail Spearman with Senior Builder, and Satin. So obviously then that means that Satin will be able to benefit from things like assault orders and Pike aggression. Yeah, Pike aggression, yeah. Ranger Vanguards with Watch Marshal, Builder Crossman with Bronn, Aemon and Sedanis Malister as an NCU. I really like Sedanis Malister as an NCU.
Yeah, I think he's really good.
I spoke a bit about him with Carlo when we did our trial by combat interview with him, and he sort of really sold me on him. Nice. The next up we've got Dennis Master Commander in Shadowtail Spearman, Ranger Vanguards, Conscripts, Watch Marshal, Ranger Hunters, and Harden Ranger. Don Noyer, Samuel Tarley, and Gilly. Gilly obviously giving us a nice little 1 point pass token, isn't it? So what I like about this list is the Harden Ranger and the Ranger Hunters. We don't really see that very much nowadays, but it's such a cool combo when it comes off because you get the charge in, do your attack, then do your swift strike, and then bounce out. They can't pivot.
And you shoot them in the flank.
Yeah, shoot in the flank, and they become weakened. Carla said in the chat that great Golden Company crossbows are better than builder crossbows I've found for the same cost. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I think ready aim release is very good though, right?
Yeah. Obviously, it got that mega nerfed in it when relentless was a thing. So it's your lowest tap value now, in it when you shoot. But
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I quite like the in faction choices, but I don't play Night's Watch. Cole does, so I'll bow on your superior knowledge to that, Cole.
Yeah, I suppose in terms of the stat line, the Golden Company ones are better. But in Night's Watch, can they benefit from all the cards? I can't remember.
No, so you have to be a Knights.
Uh,
You have to touch your Knights.
you have to
Knights,
be,
yeah. So
yeah, it's right, isn't it? Yeah. So that would be the only bonus, is that you get a unit that you can actually attach cards to if you needed to.
yeah,
Which you can't do with the GCX.
yeah. Nice, cool lists. Then you've got Joe McCarthy running Targaryen. So Joe done really well at UK Nationals with Baratheons. He's now dipping his hands into Targaryens. I don't know if he's got any experience in playing Targaryens. Um, I don't know what that is replied to with Carl. I wouldn't, mate, but Iron Resolve and Sentinel are awesome. I wouldn't, mate.
Yeah. No, he is right. So basically, Iron Resolve fixed the morale problem, and Sentinel is really useful for getting into position for the crossbows.
Yeah.
Gets you either into short range for your rerolls, or gets you your flank and stuff like that. So, and in terms of armor save and then morale versus the builders, they basically have the same stat line. The difference is you get ready aim release, and you get the ability to attach the Night's Watch cards to them. But then if you're attaching them to the crossbowmen, you're not putting them on melee units, which is probably where you want most of those cards anyway.
Yeah. Right, anyway, let's get into Joe's list. So, Dothraki Screamers are Khal Drogo, other unit Screamers, Drogon, and Dothraki Veterans with Daenerys Targaryen, Khaleesi, Lord Varys, and Tycho. So, obviously, Tycho and Varys give you the healing to keep the dragon alive. Khal Drogo in Screamers is very much an American meta thing, isn't it?
It is. It is. Personally, I think you're better off paying 2 points for the Blood Riders, because Blood Riders are brilliant. It's just so good.
But the thing is, though, Dothraki Screamers aren't shit for 6 points, are they?
No, they absolutely aren't. They are very good for 6 points. But if you're taking Drogo and you have the option for Blood Riders, personally, I just think that they're better. Because you get 2 keywords. You get a token, which is quite difficult to get with Targaryens.
Unless you're in Addison Hightower.
And then you've got all the tokens.
Every one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that what Blood Riders bring in combination with Drogo in them is really good for the extra 2 points. But there you go.
Yeah, well, it's nice. It's good to get your feedback on it. So I quite like the list. I think the Fracky Scream was just a little bit too squishy for me. But I mean, by saving them 2 points, he's got himself maybe a dragon or unit of veterans. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the trade. That's the trade-off, isn't it? You take Blood Riders and Drogo, and then you take 2 Screamers, or you get the option for veterans.
Yeah.
I don't think Drogo works very well in veterans. If you're going to take an 8-point unit, put with Blood Riders. That's where I would go. But yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Just my 2p.
And the second list is wow. Jockin in Stormcrow Archers as a commander. Then another unit of Stormcrow Archers. Then Unsullied Swordmasters with the Widower. Jorah Mormont, Wandering Knight, and Stormcrow Mercenaries of Belwas Pitfire. That Stormcrow Mercenaries of Belwas is something I've tried. That is really, really good. That makes Stormcrow Mercenaries actually quite an aggressive unit.
Quite good. Yep.
Oh, Joe's just commenting in the chat. He doesn't own the Blood Riders.
Oh, Joe.
So Joe, just out of interest, then, so if you had the Blood Riders, is that something that you'd look to swap out maybe and change your list building a little bit? I mean, it's a great list anyway. As we say, the Americans run Drogo in Screamers quite a lot, so it's got traction. I think somebody won quite a major tournament with Drogo
Yeah,
in
they
Screamers.
don't they basically don't play Blood Riders. Their argument is that you get the same value out of Screamers as you do get from Blood Riders, and you pay less points.
I'll be interested to hear if Joe would run Blood Rise if he had the miniatures though.
Yeah.
But yeah, this second list though is really good as well. I like it. 2 Stonker Archers. In a world where you don't really see one unit anymore, this man's daring to run 2.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah.
There's going to be some clever play there because you're going to have to wait them out, aren't you, until the board's done and just unleash hell.
Nice. Fight and shade.
I suppose actually with Brothers in Arms and stuff like that on those 2 units, that could potentially be pretty big, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you put Brothers in Arms on. Yeah, makes them like machine guns, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
So Joe's just said that he's not played the Fraki a lot, so he's still fitting out. But yeah, potentially would instead of the veterans. Yeah, nice. I definitely recommend trying out Outriders, Joe. They're an absolute powerhouse of a unit.
Yes, yes, they are.
But what I know. Part 3, Peter Baelish and Alvaris. Obviously, getting a double tap on the Undying zone, isn't it? House of the Undying with Peter Baelish.
Yeah, but I suppose if you're bringing Stonker Archers, you need Peter, right?
Yeah.
For that one turn where you need to control a specific zone to get a keyword for the archers.
Yep. Nice though, nice. It'll be interesting to see how much he runs each list at the weekend.
But yeah, actually, it's interesting to see Jockin again because we saw quite a lot of him, and then he sort of just fell off when they changed the I can't remember what it's called, the bodyguard ability for the widower, right?
Yeah. That was quite brutal though.
It was. It was. So that change, obviously, we don't really see him that much. So to see him back again is quite good. I think this is. I mean, it will work really well, especially if he gets Brothers in Arms out early.
Yeah. So yeah, Joe says he's been playing Jockin neutral, which is better, but the second list for neutrals is too underwhelming. And Cole's said that by bringing Part 3, you're obviously getting all 3 NCUs out. So, yeah, makes sense to me.
Yep.
Next up, we have Aaron Grant from Dice of Lead and Steel. Rain Lannisters. So he's got Red Cloaks with Reese Bolton. Reese Bolton obviously bringing Spread Fear, Cole. I will leave the card on the screen for you.
Should we read it out?
Will you read it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
So, order, Spread Fear. When an enemy engaged with this unit fails a panic test, target one other enemy in long range. Hang on, let me just read that again. Target one other enemy in long range of this unit. It suffers 1 panic test with -1 to their roll for each remaining rank on this unit. On a failure, it suffers +1 wound. There you go.
I don't know if you can hear it, but somewhere in the distance, there's a Cole's pushing the elephant towards somebody now. Awesome. Housebolt and Blackguards with Assault Veteran. Obviously, that gives them intimidating presence. House Clegane's Mountains Men with Ramsay Snow and Theon Greyjoy. That gives this unit all the healing. Cole's put a yawn in the chat. How dare you? How dare you yawn at Aaron's lists? Yeah, so loads of healing for the Mountains Men now, and Castle Honor Guard, Meryn Trant, give them the tokens, and Joffrey Baratheon and Tyrion Lannister as NCUs, and Maim Jamie. We don't really see that often, really, the Maim Jamie. So he's got 2 for people that don't see him. Again, I don't remember the last time I ever seen him. When was the last time you see Maim Jamie?
Never.
That is a very long time, and validates my statement.
I haven't seen Maim Jamie in years.
Yeah, But he's really good though. Like honest, like he's one of the ones that sort of gets left to the wayside. But check out some of his rules.
Yeah,
So he's got valuable captive, which obviously gives you extra morale. But when he's destroyed, it gives the opponent, like the Lancer player, an extra victory point. And then obviously Vengeful Captive, which is when you control the crowns, which you've got Joffrey, you'll be controlling the crowns. The unit suffers -1 to hit, and that's it stops some of them heavy hitting units.
yeah. I think a lot of these attached into enemy combat units sort of died off when cavalry became more prevalent in the game.
Yeah.
Same as when was the last time that you saw Jaqen in Starks?
See, I've started running lists with Jacking in. I get your point, but I've started running Stark lists with Jacking in because when I delete units from a Cavalier charge, I can delete
Yep.
half of another unit as well.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
Which is
But yeah, we
perfect.
don't like. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, you don't see like here's another one. He's really good. He's got good rules, but you just don't ever see him.
Yeah.
But I think the problem is that if you put points into going into enemy units and your opponent brings 4 cavalry units, you're already playing a point down, and I think that's where the problem is.
Yeah, but you've got to be careful. You're not taking stuff in your list because your opponent might bring something specific it's a
Yeah.
risky game to play. Because what if they bring a pet lion to the game?
Well, that is very true. Very true.
Then
You
what
better
happens?
hope that you brought ham sandwiches to lure it away.
Lions don't eat ham sandwiches.
Oh, they do.
They
Absolutely do.
they Yorkies because they're not for girls.
I'm pretty sure they're not allowed. You're not allowed to say that anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm saying that, but
Didn't
it's
they
not.
change that?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, but it's not me saying it. That's the Lions saying. I'm saying on behalf of the
Oh,
Lions. That's what they say.
right. Okay.
Right. Next second list. So you got Jamie Lannister, the Kingslayer, in
Yep.
Warrior Sons, Red Cloaks of Boris Blount. Boris Blount gives him vengeance to the crown. That's nice. I like the other one for Red Cloaks. Who's the one that gives them movement off the crown?
I
Is there
can't remember them all.
is there someone that does it? I bet you can't
Is it
even.
Barris?
I,
Is it Barristan?
no, Barrison gives them morale boosts and healing. I bet you can't remember half of them, can you?
No. I mean, I despise Lannisters, so I try not to remember them if I'm honest.
What's the one that does the
I'm
moving?
just looking through War Council, so you crack on.
Preston Greenfield, that is. It lets you make a manoeuvre or march on if you take the crowns. So it gives you another
action.
yeah, so another red cloak bomb in it. Bruv.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Mountain Rise, Stronghold Dervishes. Whoop whoop. With Adam Marbrand.
Nice. With Sentinel.
Yep.
And basically Jamie Lannister.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You can Sentinel in, Swift out, and then your opponent has to make a decision on where they want to finish. Use 2 can activate. Nice. Yep, like that.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with Stronghold Dervishes is when they get in the front, they can be devastating as we want them to be. But I fucking wish they'll make them better for Targaryens. For fuck's sake, make them better for Targaryens.
Yeah.
Joffrey Baratheon, High Sparrow, and all Varys as ensues. Nice. So what he said in the chat, that first list is just nothing but panic test at -4, +1 for just about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, nice list, Aaron, mate. Well done. Next up, we've got Mark Rosal running 2 Jon Snows. There's only one thing in the world that makes Jon Snow better, and that's more Jon Snow. We've got Vets of the Watch with Jon Snow, a Stone Thrower, Builder Crossbows, 2 Storm Rowers. That's actually quite a nice, well-rounded list. All that's missing really is unit cavalry, really. And if you get unit cavalry now, just to cover that off, you've got your range for open. You get your ranged on multiple fucking units for taking early swords every round, even if you're not engaged.
Yeah, you got to get through. You got to chop through 3 units of infantry before you can get to the stone thrower.
Yeah, and one of them's veterans. They're murder to get through.
Yep.
With bolster courage, furious charge. Yeah, nice. That's actually a solid list. One NCU. What hero?
Yeah. Who needs it when you've got a big rock lover, right?
Yeah. Second list the same again, so presumably
Yep.
it's another new player running their toys. Really cool, you know. Jon Snow is a cool character, and ultimately, what we keep preaching in these tournaments and these games is that it's all about the IP, right?
Yep.
Nice
That's
lists.
it. But also, it's nice. Like, if he is a newer player, he's coming to a big event and bringing what he wants to play, which is cool.
Yeah, nice. Then we got Mark Evans, Console Monkey, running Greyjoys. We've got Iron Makers with Baylor Blacktide, Scienceman with Dagmar, Iron Victory Crew with Newt, Stoneshore Pillagers, Eric Armaker, Balon, and Asher. So yeah, it's a solid list. Newt without Victarium still gives you fierce charge. I guess it still gives you back by coin.
Yeah, I suppose it's the token, isn't it? It's the vulnerable token on the charge.
Yeah, because you pair it with Sundering, don't
Pair it with Sundering, yeah.
you? And Stoneshore Pillagers again. So we've seen quite a lot of
And
Stoneshore Pillagers.
that makes sense. So I was just about to say, you for the same 1 point, you could switch to Ashraf to do something similar, but he's got Asher NCU, and she's really good, to be honest.
Asher
She's
is
another
really
one.
good.
Yeah, she's another one that suffers like all of her, like her attachment, her commander, and her NCU are all really good picks.
Hmm.
And
Second
Balon.
list, go on. Oh yeah, Balon. Yeah, Balon's Balon. I don't think we've seen a Granger list about Balon yet, right?
I don't think we ever will.
Why would we? Iron Makers with Victorian, Iron Victory Crew with Newt, Scienceman with Dagmar, Stoneshore Pillagers, and 3 NCUs, Eric Maker, Balon, and Asher. So actually, this is quite an elite list for graduates. There's no real chaff units now, other than the Stoneshore Pillagers. But there's no 4-point units from the archers or the trappers. He's actually gone for expensive units. So be interesting to see how he does with this. I hope he does well. But the Science Men, you've got all the really heavy hitters there for Greyjoys.
Yeah, and I suppose actually battle scars in Silence Men is pretty horrific.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's really horrible. I suppose you're mainly going for vicious, right?
Vicious, yeah. And rerolls are always good, aren't they?
Yep.
Not rerolls, yeah, rerolls, yeah. Are always nice. Yeah, nice.
Cool.
Yeah, sweet. Next up we got Robert Grant, which is Aaron's dad, if I believe, if I'm right. Sage Rain, Night's Watch. He's got Jon Snow in Swarm Brothers, Ranger Trackers with Watch Marshal, Ranger Hunters with Benjamin, Stark Wolf on the Wall. He's got Sentinel, right? Yeah. So
Yes.
I really like this because was never really interested in um, running Night's Watch, but Benjamin Stark, I really love the character of Benjamin Stark, and I think both his attachment and his commander are really good uh, pieces for Night's Watch Arsenal, especially with Sentinel. Sentinel's such a solid thing for them to get, especially on Ranger Hunters, because when they get round the back and the flanks, they're ruthless.
Well, yeah, and you're giving the Rangers like a free attack, which is really big for them. I mean, a Sentinel into the swift retreat into a charge and then the shot is going to pretty much wipe out whatever it is that you're going to be fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's not many things that's going to stand up to 3 rounds of attacks.
Traffic recon. Aaron said the old man DLS literally. And then Vets with Alistair Thorn gives them Iron Resolve and Stubborn Tenacity. I think it's the Commander gives them Vicious. And
Yeah.
Saturn gives them Dauntless. So it'll keep them around for quite a while. It's a solid combo, solid 9-point unit with Aemon and Corin half hand as it's used. Then we have Swan Brothers Jon Snow. This is quite a similar list, other than the fact he's got a
Same.
harder ranger in there, except
Is it? Oh, Highgarden Ranger. Yeah.
yeah, nice. So again, the same thing applies. It's good because you've got
Oh
the
no, it's got 2 units of Rangers in it. It swaps the veterans get
yeah,
swapped
nice,
out for Ranger Hunters, so it's 2 units of Ranger Hunters.
solid. Yeah. That's that double hunter list that John's renowned for. Get them old for the watch cards out. Is it for the watch? Was that one that's in charge?
Yep, that's the one off the horse.
Yeah, nice. Winner. Yep, solid list, mate. Solid list. Night's Watch back with a vengeance. Then we have Steve Maudsley. Um, running for the Wolves of the South again. I keep looking at these lists, right? I'm thinking, fucking hell, Wolves of the South got loads for this tournament, but it's their tournament, right? So, I mean, it would make
Yep.
sense that there's a lot of them now. So yeah, Eddard Stark. So we got the. See, look, got Eddard's on a guard with Eddard Stark. Highest Tally Cavaliers, Glory Seeker. Highest Tally Cavaliers, written for Guardian. Highest Tally Swarm Shields with Brendan Tully, Arya, and Sansa. Now, just because you didn't say that second winter for Guardian doesn't make you not that player. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they're not, they're not that different. But it's a competitive list. It's a decent list, and I think I'd say as much as it's a decent competitive list. On top of the fact that it's quite a fluffy list as well, because you've got the Brendan in the House Tally Swarm Shields gives them Iron Resolve and Dauntless, as well as Stubborn Tenacity and Shield Wall.
Yep.
And
Just
Eddard's,
makes them really tough to move.
yeah, Eddard's on a guard are really solid as well. Um, And then the next list we have Great Number in Berserkers with Stark Swarm Swords of Bran Hodor. See, that's nice to see Bran Hodor. They're the kids we see the least at the minute. The
Yeah,
kid that we see the
which
least
is
at the minute.
which is interesting, right? Because in the early days of Starks, this was the auto take every time, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah. What did he do before? He did.
No, it wasn't. He hasn't changed. So he stayed the same. What's changed is some of the other pieces, because you used to be able to put them in Berserkers and do silly things with them, right?
Yeah, he used to do. When he I can't remember what he used to do, but he did something different in the original Stark Heroes box. I don't know if,
No, he's always done 1 wound. And a once per game auto 6 when you charge. It's just there was one of the other cards in Starks used to give you extra speed or something like that, right? They give you +3 speed for that turn, and
yeah.
ignore terrain or something like that, right? So this would give you +9, and then you'd have speed 6 on your Berserkers.
Yeah,
So you could charge 15
nice.
off of assault orders.
Yeah, that's rude.
Yes, that was old Starks.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
And then you take all the dogs because they were free.
Yeah. So then we got the
Summer.
yes. That's right. I'm just trying to find the original card. Fucking do my nuts in whatever you do. But anyway, Stark Storm Souls with Rob Stark is a really nice attachment. So he's got the enhanced ability and swift retreat. Yeah. Grey Wind and House Carstark Spearmen. House Carstark Spearmen are a massive part of my 2 list game now. I use them as part of my anti-horde list. I think for 5 points, they are a really, really good unit. Yeah, and Eddard is a powerful NCU, and Sans is obviously brilliant as well, especially when you're running gradual number commander, because you can then recycle Lash Out.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. That is absolutely what it's for.
Nice.
I don't even know what the other card is. What's the third card?
Lash Out,
Last Stand.
Last Stand,
Last Stand.
and Berserk Tactics. Yeah,
Yep. No, no, what?
Berserk Tactics. Yeah,
What?
solid card that is.
Oh, you just triggered my PTSD.
Yeah, we should stop putting the sickness. Yeah, because yeah. So cool. Yeah, nice
Joe Bright.
list.
Joe Bright.
Joe Bright, Mr. Strong, Mr. Brightside. So you've got Lancers again, Rich Bolton in Pyromancers, Red Cloaks, Gregor Mountain, Lancer Crossbowmen, Castle on a Guard Bearing Tramp, which is a solid combo. We see quite a bit now. High Sparrow and Joffrey Baratheon. It's a nice list, solid list. Got a bit of everything in there. A little bit of ranged. Roos, obviously giving
Yep.
the Pyromancers intimidating presence. No, don't. He gives them Proud Fear and Spread Fear. Spread Fear is long range.
So look out for Joe, because he is the guy at UK Nationals that brought an actual Mr. Strong 28mm miniature, which was awesome. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he ran Warrior Sons with Robert Strong.
Nice.
The 9-point powerhouse unit. Yeah.
Solid. And then Joffrey in Kingsguard. So at some point this weekend, we need to see Joe Bright fighting against the other guy that run Rainbow Guard. We need a guard off. Pyromancers with Kyburn. Because you ain't gonna make their armor any shit, are you? Because he's already a 6+ armor save. But they get +1.
Which one do we actually think's better?
What, between Kingsguard and
Rainbow Guard.
Guard. Well, in a vacuum, I think that Rainbow Guard are better. But and I also think that Renly is a better attachment than Joffrey Baratheon is.
Yep.
But Joffrey's cards are quite good, commander cards. And to be fair, the Rainbow Guards, the Renly's cards are quite good. They're not brilliant, but they're
situational.
Yeah. That's it's a fair question. Yeah, well, if someone's in the chat got opinions on that, I'd be interested to hear that. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, they're carbon copies, aren't they? But they get Counter Strike. But if we're saying who's Counter Strike is good ability, but if you put in a Rainbow Guard fighting against the King's Guard, Counter Strike won't really come into it because they're hitting on twos.
Yep.
And
Rally Cry is better than Counter Strike, right?
Yeah. Pyromancers for Carbon. Castle on a Guard with Sir Robert Strong. That's what you're talking about, wasn't it? And
yeah, but last time he didn't run the Honor Guard, he ran the Warrior Sons. But nice. Yeah, I mean, the Honor Guard, we all know, are a very good pick. So, 10 points. 10 points.
You know what I need, didn't
you? What?
Tully Cavaliers. Gradual number.
What? Just blow them off the board?
You're not welcome here. This is North.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, resilience keeps them going anyway. But that is a filthy unit.
Yep.
That is 10 points of murder.
Nice. And Shay and Lorvaris on the NC ball, which is a nice little combo. Cool.
Yep.
We got Jack Stevens, Spamalot, running 2 lots of Khal Drogo for Warns of the South. He's got Drogo and Blood Riders, John Woman, Brazen Beast with Bronn, Dothraki Outriders with Fortune Seeker, and Viserion, who for some reason on the screen is only his neck on the artwork. Are you getting that as well on your artwork?
Yeah. Cool.
Viserion is all neck nowadays. Like a big ham.
I haven't seen Viserion in forever.
I presume it's to. Because for me, Viserion is the nicest dragon.
What, sculpt-wise?
No, the colour wise.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
And to be fair, mate, I don't think the sculpt isn't that bad either. I think I quite like him as a sculpt as well because he's hunched over, isn't he? But yeah, we're not here to talk about sculpts. But yeah, I think I quite like him. But he's the dragon I use the least. Like Rhaegar I used most, and then Drogon, and then Viserion if there's a reason to take a third dragon. But I'm presuming the reason to take Viserion is to soften up units with a vulnerable token and shoot with the Outriders or charge with the Brazen Beasts. Brazen Beast with bronze is a good choice.
Yeah, I think that you're right. I think the combo there is you charge Viserion, you give the vulnerable token, and then if you get counter-attacked onto the dragon, the Brazen Beast charge with the token on them.
Yep.
And then you've got motivated by coin for free attacks from the Brazen Beast and their activation, so you could really put through some damage. And the loyalty through coin keeps Brazen Beasts alive because they do die really easily. Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice list. The second list is exactly the same. No, it's not. Peter Baelish, Lord Varys.
It's got
Screamers with Outrider Co in it.
Screamers with an Outrider Co, yeah.
Instead of the dragon. Yeah, nice.
Instead of the dragon, yeah.
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 Right, so it is. Right, Jack. So when you play this list, do me a favour. I'll probably do a debrief chat with Brad. Let me know how many times you forget you've got an Outrider Co in that unit. I'll tell you what, on paper it looks the bollocks, but I've fucking every time I run an Outrider Co in any unit, veterans, screamers, fucking Outriders, I forget he's in there. Every time without fail.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I think in veterans for sure, because they're all the same, right? But it's a completely different guy.
Might be a completely different guy, but it's still just a guy on a horse. Even like, you know, I don't know, maybe I'm not putting the carbon on the unit properly, but I always forget him. Champion at high seat. Nice list though, nice round list. And it's good to see Brazen Beast taking in both lists as well, because Brazen Beasts are a fucking awesome looking unit. So
they are. I am interested to know how he gets on with using Viserion. So if he gets in contact, I would love to know how he does with the dragon. Yep, cool.
Then we got is that Sean or Sion Widget running Stark. So again, apologies if I butchered your name now. I didn't mean to. Yeah, Eddard's on a guard with Eddard, Ravagers, Tally Cav, Winterfell Guardian, Berserkers, Arya, Catelyn, and Sansa as NCUs. That's a nice 7 activation list. Ravagers are a good choice. I love Ravagers. I played the other day and I YOLO'd into some Boltons and they got killed, but fucking hell, so satisfying.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
And then the second list is the cavalry list. Hashtag Cavaliers of Brendan Catully, Stark Outriders on their own, Ravagers, House Bolton, Flame Men, and Greywind. Obviously, using Rob Stark NCU to give him a unit outflank, or it's not outflank, but a version of outflank.
Is it though, or is it so that you can bring Greywind without infantry?
Well, yeah, that's obviously the main reason is to bring Greywind, but obviously it then allows you to bring a unit on in outflank, like
Greywind.
Yeah, Greywind or Ravagers, because having Ravagers around the back is fucking ruthless and all.
Or so is having Flame Men, to be fair. And in fact, if it doesn't matter, all of those units in outflank is pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Even the Outriders.
Well, to be fair, mate, I think hashtag Cavaliers with Brendan's the one because he's got Sentinel, hasn't So he can come on the back and then sentinel into the side of someone.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty horrible.
Nice. And then Rob is bringing his mum with him. Don't trust her. Nice lists. Then Saul West, Saul Trickster, another one in the south, running Targaryens. We've got another Carl Drogo list in Blood Riders. John Mormon at Riders with Fortune Seeker, giving you the Motivated by Coin Shot, the Fraki Screamers, and Rhaegal with Daenerys and Illyrio Mopatis. That's a really nice, well-rounded list.
Yep.
Probably the only thing that's really missing is like Uber defense, but I mean you've got a maneuverability to not to come into it.
Your opponent's dead.
Oh, sorry, Aaron's put in a chat. Kingsguard are better than Ramogard due to the Lannister deck actually being stronger, especially when they can just turn off the Rambo's abilities. It's fair. I think that's what tips it. I think it's the fact that the Lannister deck, especially Joffrey's cards, will give them more punch as well. You got
Yeah, I mean,
Gun.
I was just about to say, although you've got ours as the Fury, but then if you get counterplotted, you're sad. So I suppose, yeah, that's fair. Fair. That whole point was moot. Ignore me.
Consider yourself ignored.
Thanks.
Unsullied Swordmasters with Daenerys Targaryen, Queen of Marine, one of your favourites. Dothraki
Yeah,
Outriders with Fortune Seeker. What would you say?
I just said yeah.
Yeah.
I love Danny.
Drogon. Screamers with Screamer Co. How many times are you going to forget you've got a Screamer Co in there? I bet you forget loads. I do. Draw Moment, The Wandering Knight solo with Shay and Roose Bolton as NCUs. Another really nice, well-rounded list.
Yep. Yep.
So sort of Master Brutal now. Phil Deep Rose, the Bolton player, running Ramsay Snow Commander in Dreadful Spearman,
This is the
Blackguard,
third Bolton player, isn't it?
potentially fourth in it. Might be third. You'll have a look at it. Blackguards
That's pretty good going.
with Skinner, which is the one that gives the failed patches to become weakened. Dreadful Archers with Bronn, Hedge Knights with Fortune Seeker, and Walder Frey, Jane Paul, and Roose Bolton. Jane Paul, first time we see Jane Paul this tournament, but solid choice. Roose Bolton, NCU, I think is really clutch for Bolton's games, but Bolton armies. Interesting though, I run Hedge Knights and the Fortune Seeker rather than Flame Mem.
Yes. So I've trialed this quite a bit, and I think actually the Hedge Knight Fortune Seeker combinations are actually probably better in terms of its initial punch, right?
Yeah.
Coming with Sundering, I think is better, and the option of going into start around swords vulnerable token, and then just hitting really hard with the Hedge Knights.
Yeah.
And if you go second, you get having the bag, and then they're on armor 3, and yeah. So I think they're a bit more well-rounded than what Flayed Men are. I think the problem with Flayed Men is that they're not as good in sustained combat. So
yeah.
Anyway,
Losing that dice or top rank really fucking hurt them.
Yep. It did.
Yeah, nice. And the second list is the same, but instead of what's different now? Dreadful Spearman, Blackguards with Skinner.
It's one less NCU. So it's got 2 NCUs in it, and it's got Cutthroats.
With Grunt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, because Jane's a 5-point inch. 5-point inch.
Yeah, Jane is 5 points.
There must be something else then, surely. How's he got 6 points in return for 5 then?
I forget one of the
Yeah, we had that in
Oh,
list as
that's
well.
no. It's because the first Bastard Boy is free. So the Blackguards in list 1 are only 6 points. They're not 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas the first one is free, and then you have to pay the extra point for that guy, right? Is that the difference?
No, because you're still paying a point for one, aren't you? Oh no, you are right. 5. It's be working at maths. It's a fucking I've got 9 of them. 8. Some numbers. 10, 15, 100, 100 million, 6. Yeah, cheating, mate. Oh,
Okay.
I don't know.
It's right. It is right.
But if Skinner's free in this list, that makes that
Oh no, I've worked it out. I've worked it out.
good.
So it looks like the first list is at
Yeah.
1 point short.
Uh, 5, 11, 12.
Yeah, it's 1 point less.
All
That's what's
right.
thrown us. So the first
Fucking.
list is 39 points, and I assume that there's no place to put any additional attachments,
Yeah.
and I assume those are the units that he wanted to play, so he's playing a point down. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Nice. Well, I'm glad we do maths.
Yeah, right. Woo, go us.
Uh, nice list though. Good list. I think I prefer the second one because I think Grunting Cutthroat's got a lot of game in it because resilience on a unit that saves on 5s means that they're going to get quite a bit of mileage out of that.
Yep.
Nice. Next list we've got Tom Lenton from Plymouth. Tom was at the LGT as well, right? I'm sure he was.
I believe so. Yep.
June Vipers with Borough Sand, nice. Scan skirmishes with Spearlord, standard stuff. Starfall Outriders, Bloody Mamas Ultra Riders with Glory Seeker, Tyene, Doran, and Shay. Somewhere out there, a tune just quit the game.
That's a fast list, right?
It's a good list, yeah.
Everything
Fast,
in there is fast.
yeah. Fast and a lot of heavy hitting stuff as well. Nice.
Yeah, and although the armor's weaker on all of that stuff, the debuff deck from the Martells kind of leans into helping that weakness.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Second list, Harmon Ulla, Instance for Royal Guard, Sand Skirmish for Spearlord, Starfall Outriders, June Vipers, Ilaria Sands, Tyene Sand, Dora Martell. Obviously, Dora Martell now, I can't see how you'd run Martells without him. He's such a toolbox now, isn't
Yeah, literally just he'll mold to however the game unfolds.
he? Yeah, nice. So lists, our last list today is Johnny Saunders running Lannisters, and he's got Crossman with Tyrion, Gregor Clegane, Honor Guard with Sandor, Knights Castle Rock with Tywin, Lord Varys, and Shay. Um, that's a really nice list. Got a bit of everything in it now.
Yep, we know how dangerous Tyrion in a crossbowman unit list is.
Yep. Second list, Gregor Clegane in Castle Honor Guard, Lance Crossman with Tyrion Lannister. The Cascade Brigands, Pyromancers with Sandor, so you've got 3 units there that charge off of his assault orders. And Lord Varys, Shay, and Roose Bolton as NCUs. Roose Bolton a really good choice there because he'll push through the pack damage. Shay gives that weaken tokens, and Varys is just the toolbox support piece, right?
Yep, I like Sandor in the Pyros because Pyro's obviously a little bit on the squishy side, so Fueled by Slaughter is probably quite welcome for them.
Yeah. And you're definitely doing a wound with Pyromancers because they don't get armor saves, do they?
Nope.
Yeah, so that's obviously you had Raziel, uh, Chris, what's his second name? Chris, the guy that streamed him last Warfare. He used to be quite big into the Guild Ball stuff. Can't remember his name.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, he's obviously not a better player. And Keijo's come out as well. Keijo was running a Kevin Lancer list.
Interesting.
Nice. Well, yeah. So yeah, that's the list reveal done. In. So that's some really cool lists there. I'll be interested to see who wins this. I think there's a couple of very strong names in here. You know, Dan, Joe. There's quite a few really good players in this tournament. So I'll be interested to see who comes out on top of that. Right.
Yeah, the other interesting thing is that we haven't really seen a lot of like rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
So there's not a you couldn't look through this tournament and say, this is the meta list because these guys are all running this thing.
Yeah.
You know, even some of the lists are similar, but they all have slight tweaks or slight differences, which is good.
Yeah. It's yeah, nice, really good. So yeah, I hope you have a great weekend on that. We'll probably do it. We'll do a debrief with Brad when he's finished because so we've got some stuff to talk through with Brad. But yeah, it looks like it's a really good tournament. We're obviously going down to Southern GT. Are you going to that?
Yes.
Cool. So I was playing it, but now I'll be streaming it instead, which it's fine. It's all about building a community. I love it. When my headphones on, I feel like a fucking DJ in it.
And I'll be just glad that you're not playing.
Yeah.
No offense or anything.
Well, yeah, I'm Welsh champion now, aren't I? So.
Yeah, so you're never going to play again, are you? You're just going to retire.
No, I'm looking forward to playing. The thing is, the problem is that the game is looking so good at the minute. I really want to play, but it's for efforts of sort of building a community that I really enjoy. So that's why when my place is at the minute. So, and I'm enjoying it. So yeah, just a quick overview of what we've talked about in this video. There, thanks, Joe. No problem at all, mate. Brad said you guys wanted list reveal done. So we're happy to sort of jump in and do that.
Yeah, we will keep sticking it to the double Cavaliers and all of that other great draw number nonsense.
Well, it's a skillful list, mate. It's a skillful list.
Yeah, very skillful.
Oh, you should stop taking large drinks at the bitter cup. Nice. Yeah. So again, tickets are available now for the East Anglian GT. They're in the description below. I'll be posting links out later on as well. Probably not today, it's getting a bit late now, but I'll post some links out to how to buy tickets. Hopefully, Joe, we'll see you guys at Plymouth lads there. Be nice to see you up here. Yeah, and obviously keep your eyes peeled for the Squires of Ice and Fire.
Yes.
Which is coming soon.
I may have got a dispatch note, so I am pretty excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's been
looking forward to that. Yeah, it's been dispatched. I mean, I have no idea when it's going to turn up, but yeah. New army incoming.
Nice. Let's get a start on this fucking series, haven't we?
Yeah, it'll be good, right?
Well, it should be, mate.
I am very aware that I am dragging things along.
Yep. Joe's just in the chat. It's a bloody long way. It is, mate. It's a very long way. But there is a hotel there, and we'll be drinking beers afterwards. Potentially doing some. Well, we'll definitely be doing something cool and social afterwards. So it's a weekend away, isn't it? It's a lads weekend away.
Yep.
Right.
And there will be prizes.
Prizes are always welcome.
Yep.
Right. Anyway, we'll go because we're losing the we're losing the watchers now. So we're gonna wrap up there, mate. But cheers coming on.
Yep, no worries. Cool.
Good
All
to
right.
get it done. Next one will be the last one before Christmas. We'll do it on the 19th. So we'll go. Maybe we'll do a year review of what we've done over the last year. What's coming in 2025, and yeah, maybe who knows? Maybe we even better get a start on the older Squires of Ice and Fire.
That'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
Yep. Sweet. All right, man. You take care. I'll speak to you soon.
Yep, and you. Thanks for having us.
Don't talk to strangers.